did all kinds of wonderful things. I can't think of a more wonderful example of Rotary fellowship than the warmth of this club. You never let anyone down with the graciousness with which you greet visitors and prospective members and each other. Today I have a couple of things I want to touch on. I kind of have a mixture of things that I want to tell you about and to celebrate with you. You know, I've had a wonderful journey so far as governor. When you join the governor chain, there are a lot of things that you can't really anticipate, like snow, and you have to reschedule events like we had to do just yesterday. But you also have a universe opened up to you of talent and fellowship and friendship that is really unparalleled, and I've experienced that. As you all know, and Joe knows this very well, you visit 64 of 63 clubs in the first quarter of your governor year, and it's pretty intense, but it's also pretty powerful and a lot of fun. Is it fun? Yes, it is fun. So I've had a great time. I've learned a lot. This is a phenomenal district. It's a phenomenal district in attitude, in foundation support, in membership growth, in many, many, many ways. Not the least of which is our youth services. Where's Charlie Firestone? Charlie, tell them what you told me just about 2 seconds ago about Interact Growth, real quick.
I set a goal this year of getting 5 new Interact clubs. I've attained that goal, and number 6 is in the making. We have 51 clubs from the Eastern Shore to Richmond, so Diane, we're working hard for it.
And we had a good Interact Rotaract conference back in October where the crowd came from the Eastern Shore. They came over with, was it Broadwater High School and Northampton High School?
But we have a second one now in Eastern Shore. They've also got a public high school has come on board with us.
Wonderful.
So we have 2 on Eastern Shore.
And we have a new Rotaract club with the Midlothian Club in Richmond. They're going to have a Rotaract club, get this, at ECPI. They formed that. I just signed the form the other day. So the world is at our feet in order to grow our future Rotarians. And also, as you know, Town Center Club has chartered a community-based Rotaract Club this year, the first that we've had, I believe, in our district. So we're growing in many ways. We're looking forward to growth and sustainability in our district, which we do in a phenomenal way. One of the things that we really do well is our foundation support. And foundation support is from individuals. Individuals make our foundation grow, helps our work locally and, of course, globally. And as you know, and Joe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Rotary Foundation has received the top rating. I think it's one of the best foundations.
35 straight years.
35 straight years. Where can you best put your money? They are wonderful stewards, low overhead. The money's doing great work all over the world and in our local communities. But that top rating is very important. When you have a prospective member saying, well, where's my money going to go? How is it going to be used? I mean, what's happening to it? The Rotary Foundation is solid, and it has, well, 105 years, or 100 years, because this is the 100th year of the Rotary Foundation's founding by Arch Klump and his friends down in Atlanta. So we have a great track record. And as I said, it comes from individuals. And you have an individual in this club that has really excelled. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the award and then recognize this individual. We had an award named a couple of years ago for my friend and many of your friends, the late Jim Pierce. He was in my club, and he was a district governor, and he was a great mentor. And Jim really exemplified the love of Rotary and the foundation. And when Jim passed away quite suddenly, as you know, we were very sad, but he left a great legacy, and one of which is this award that's in his name. And we said when Jim passed, in many of our faith traditions, we say when we die, we meet St. Peter at the gates of heaven. And we knew that when Jim went to heaven, he was meeting St. Peter at the gate. And now St. Peter's a member of the Paul Harris Society. You know Jim made that happen. So the Jim Pierce Award is very dear to us. And let me just read you quickly a little bit of the criteria so you know. You may already know this, but I'll just refresh your memory. It's presented to the Club Foundation Chair that exemplifies sustained exceptional service and commitment in their role as Club Foundation Chair. The award is presented normally at the annual banquet, and we did make that recognition, but the individual could not be there. So we're happy today to make this award to Tom Williams. And Tom and Joe, if you would come up. Where's Tom? Tom has done an exceptional job, as you know, and I'm not going to belabor his wonderful resume, but he has done great work here in the club. You all, over the past fiscal Rotary year, made $18,487 to the annual fund, well, $362 per capita, unbelievable for this club. Polio contributions were over $4,100, 100% E-Ray, 100% sustaining members, 90% benefactors, 9.8 request members, and 21.5% major donors. This is unbelievable. And I think that to just give him an award is hardly enough, you know, to say thank you. What he does is set an example for other clubs to say, yes, we can do this, and we can exceed our goals. And by his really perseverance and love of Rotary, we thank you for what you're doing for Rotary. So on behalf of Rotary International Director Joe, President John Germ, the foundation, myself, and the district, we'd like to present this to you, Tom, with gratitude.
Thank you.
Also, this lovely patch that you all get to display proudly that you were over $200 per capita is also presented. Mary, I'll present this to you on behalf of the foundation, and you can share this with your club. This is something that we just like to give to have an outward recognition of your wonderful contribution and your success this year. So we ask you to keep it up, and congratulations. Thank you. Jen gets this.
I'll get it sewn on.
There you go. It goes on the right lapel. You know? And Dave is going to show for me a brief video. You may have seen it, but I love this little video just as a wrap-up of my foundation portion this morning. Love that video because there's a longer version of that if you want to go on YouTube or on the my Rotary, Rotary.org. But for interest of time, I always use that small one. But it kind of condenses what you saw. You saw what you didn't see was there was a woman showing material that she was designing clothes, and then in the longer version, you see the fashion show. I believe it's in somewhere in the Middle East or maybe even Pakistan. Anyway, she was doing her fashion show there, and you see a longer version. But I think this condenses very well what we're trying to do, and for peace and understanding, you know, what better way than to make sustainability in their life. And you know, I was thinking about this morning when I was brushing my teeth, and I don't know how many of y'all do this. I do it. I let the water run, you know, while you're brushing your teeth, you know, and the water's running and running, and I'm thinking what they would give for some fresh water, you know, that I'm wasting. So anyway, thank you again for all you're doing. Now, of course, foundation funding is very important, but another piece of what we do, and I'm learning a lot about doing better at, is membership development. Now, I have this Rotary Jeopardy, but I think in the interest of time, we won't show it. You all can do it later. It's the Jeopardy, like the Jeopardy show, but only it's membership categories. So you all can have fun and play with that at another time, because I have something really important I just wanted to share with you this morning. Another leg of good Rotary growth and development in a district is leadership development. And as I look around this club alone, you all have great leadership. Of course, you have Joe. You have Chan, who's worked tirelessly in many roles in the district, most recently in strategic planning. You have Dave Rosenthal, who's just been named an AG for the next 2 terms of governor. Where is my foundation advocate? Is he here today? I didn't see him. There's Charlie's back there. I'm missing people. But this club has shown great leadership. And to step up and be in the leadership chain is not an easy decision to make. I never thought I would ever be governor. It's coming.
District Governor is coming.
Right, it's coming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now you know why he was picked as AG. He's on it. He's on it. But I never thought I would be governor. So, when someone suggested it to me, Randy Lickey was one of the first people that ever said, have you ever thought about being governor? And Charlie's going, me. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie's been a great support as well. People like Jim Pierce, the late Kath Nielsen, who's also in my club, great mentors. And so people came to me and kind of, you think about it, you think, well, I might do that. So I served as an AG and other things. You've read that bio before. But the point of that story is it's an important decision, and the nominating committee does not take this lightly. When we review the applications and when we see these wonderful candidates come before us, it's a happy decision. It's a hard but happy decision because we have such great candidates in our district. To be in the governor chain, you start as district governor nominee designate. Then you are nominee, and then you're elected, and then you're governor, and then you're immediate past governor, and that job never stops, does it, Joe? It always goes on, and if you want to stay engaged after you're governor, you will certainly do that, and I plan to do that too, because I love Rotary. It's my passion. But today in your club, you have the next governor. And let me just tell you about this remarkable person. I've known Clinice for a while. And to know Clinice is to know a person who has great optimism, who has great joy for doing whatever she does. She has a great love and passion for Rotary, as she shared with us. It was interesting when she talked about her introduction to Rotary, the Group Study Exchange. It's a great path. She had a unique path to understanding Rotary and getting introduced to what Rotary is all about. If you're not a Rotarian and you don't understand why we brag so much about Rotary, we have over 105 more than that. Rotary was founded in 1905, as you know, but we have a great history of continued success. We didn't have success and then we're not successful. No. We have continued to grow and adapt to changing lifestyles, to changing times. 2017 is the 30th anniversary of what?
Women coming into
Women
Rotary.
in Rotary. 1987, the court case was finally settled, and women were allowed to join Rotary. Think about it. It's only 30 years ago. I joined Rotary in 1994, so it wasn't that long after that happened. So think about the great pool of talent that would have been excluded. Everyone, of course, has the potential, but this young lady has been a person who has decided that she wants to take it a step further. She is an RLI graduate, which is very important. RLI was just coming about when I was president of my club and being in the governor chain. She's a multiple Paul Harris Fellow and the Quest Society member. She was, I think an important step was being in that young professionals group that you went down to Atlanta, because our young professionals were trying to reach to that demographic, and it's very important that we understand what they like in Rotary. And I'm diverting a little bit here, but we have a couple of clubs in our district, particularly Church Hill and River City, who operate under kind of different models. They meet at night. They meet in a small pub-like atmosphere. They have on their own a drink or two. They go have their meeting. They plan. They get their community service projects, and then they disperse. And if they want to have dinner, they have dinner on their own. And it's a real young bunch of people. Church Hill is literally across from St. John's Church in Richmond, and River City is off Forest Hill Avenue in Richmond. But their model is different than this one, but it works. And that young demographic is finding ways to engage in Rotary four-way tests, the object of Rotary, all of that, but just in a way that suits their lifestyle and what they want to do. And I can tell you that when I'm dealing with younger people, and Charlie knows this, particularly Rotary actors, is that they want to do something. And when you all have been talking about, roll-call and dictionaries and all, they love that. They love the fellowship, but they want to say, what are we going to do next Saturday? What are we going to do in the community? So it kind of helps us understand how to engage them in Rotary, and they really want to be a part of it. Service seems to be a real important aspect in the upcoming generation, so we're very happy that Denise was able to go to the young professional and bring some of that back to us. Not that this makes any difference, but she's a graduate of college. We're married.
I don't think we can say that.
My man Mike Tomlin, he's in the playoffs again. I watched him play at William & Mary when he was a skinny little guy from Denby High School. So go Mike. Anyway, we're getting off track here. My point of all of that is to tell you that we have, again, great leadership in this district, and it's important to have that because when you have within the club, you have to have a good succession plan, and you do. And in the district, we have to have that as well. And Denise really brings that. I mean, her passion for Rotary is just unbelievable. And we were just talking a little bit of inside baseball, about governorship. Now, and the cool thing about the governor change, this is kind of inside information too, but all the past district governors, we work to position that next coming governor to be as successful as possible. We're kind of a think tank. We want to help that person be as successful as possible. And this district is kind of unique in that. We are really a family of Rotary in that regard. And that's one of the things that helped me kind of decide, because I thought, wow, I've got a lot of great people. And I'm still relying again on Jim Pierce and what he was telling me. And of course the great past district governors that are very, very active in our district and have great corporate knowledge and do many other things. We have one person who's acting as my lieutenant governor, past district governor Stephen Beer, who's also has been recently elected to the Council of Legislation. He's working on some international projects. So they're juggling a lot of things, and they're helping us have future sustainability of leadership growth in District 7600. So I would like to ask Ms. Denise to come up and just say thank you and congratulations. It's my pleasure, really. This is rare that I get to come to the Incoming Governors Club, District Governor Nominee Designates Club, to have a personal congratulations, and then also to say you all should be very proud of what she's done. And I'd like to have Mom and Dad come on up. And I would like to say what a wonderful job Denise has been doing, and we're so happy to have her as governor. And without having the support of her, as she was called this morning, the big boss. Come on up. Let me tell you, if your employer, I took this year off, by the way, but if your employer is not behind you, it's a big job. It's a time-consuming, big, important job to do this. So we thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce to you the governor nominee designate, Governor of 2019 and 20, that's coming up sooner than you think. I know, right? Your very own Denise Platt. Denise, did you want to say anything to your club?
Well,
Never turned down.
I just want to say very briefly that honestly, when I told the committee this when I was being interviewed, I told the district governors this when they were so gracious to welcome me, that honestly 10 years ago, I can't believe it's been 10 years, but 10 years ago when I sat across that table from CC, Joe, and Chester, and said, okay, I want to do this, and Joe said, yeah, but we don't want you to join yet. I'd like, we'd like to send you to England. And I became a group study exchange team member. I had no idea that I would be in this place. And to be quite honest, I owe a great debt to this club because you all have been, and I know I get emotional when I talk about you all, but it really means something to me that you all have had such confidence in me and just supported me on so many levels from the day that I started with this club as a group study exchange, you all sponsoring me, member, and then becoming president. When I came back and joined that same year that I joined, someone called and said, hey, you want to be secretary? Okay, maybe, sure. Well, once you become secretary, as you all know, then that means you're going to be president in 3 years. And I wouldn't be standing here before you today if Mary wouldn't have called me. Literally. I mean, I was, you know, people knew that I think Chan was the first person to ever mention to me. We were on our way to, I want to say Ryla or something. We were going to the 4-H, is it 4-H?
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah. So we were sitting in the back seat of a car, and Chan said to me, you know, have you ever thought about being district governor? And I was like, well, maybe one day. I mean, years ago. I was just being introduced to Rotary, and so I was thinking about it. But Mary called me last year, and she said, hey, Clanice, or you emailed me. One, she called or emailed. Hey, we were thinking, do you mind if we submit your name to be district governor? And I said, let me think about that, because I hadn't really thought, I didn't know if I would do it. And then I talked to some folks and really thought about it, prayed about it, and I said, okay, because what I was thinking was, what I had heard was, you know, you will be, it's always great to interview. It might take a couple times for you to do this. So I was like, okay, great, I can do that. And lo and behold, I went in, had that, I was an hour late because there was a 10-car accident. Oh my goodness.
Going toward her interview.
Exactly, an hour late for my interview. It was a 10-car accident that morning. And when I got there, everybody was so gracious and sitting in the room. And I left the interview, I felt really good. I thought it was a great experience. And when I left, I got home. And as I was walking in the door, Diane called me. And I thought, okay, so, you know, the person calls, and she said, congratulations. And I just was stunned. And so I am honestly looking forward to 2019, 2020. I want to be, I feel very privileged to be in a long line. It's amazing to me that Joe was district governor. Were you, Tim?
2000, 2001.
2001. And that I get to stand on those shoulders. It's just incredible to me. So I'm looking so forward to having this great opportunity, and trust me, I'm coming for all of y'all to help me with that. So thank you so much.
Well, as you know, it's a big job, and this club will need to support you, and I'm sure they will. And it's great training. She'll have a great run-up, but it comes quicker than you think. So I thank you all for the opportunity to visit with you this morning, and I look forward to coming back if you need me for anything. I'm happy to be at your disposal. I unfortunately can't be at your bowl-a-thon. I know we had to move things around because of the snow weekend, but I'll be bowling with you in spirit. So, thank you, President Mary.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
My pleasure.